Hey there, guys, and welcome into Skate Terminology 101, where today we are talking about a lot of the stances and maybe one of the most fundamental tricks in skateboarding as of now. So, let's just jump into it. So, for the, I guess, first lesson of skate terminology, or the first terminology, we're going to do the stances. So, there are two stances, which is regular and goofy. So let's jump into regular first, and we'll touch on goofy in a little minute. So, regular stance is what most skaters use, which is left foot on the front of the board, and your right foot is your back of your board or your pushing foot. So, like for me, left foot's on the front board. I'm a regular skater. So, in two ways, I guess, I skate regularly and I skate regular. Um, you know, great jokes, great puns. Puns are always intended here. Anyway, basically, what that is just how you stand on the board and how you're most comfortable on the board. For any beginners that are watching this, I want to let you know take your time to figure out which stance you are and which stance you're more comfortable riding on, because that will be your main stance. Next thing is, obviously, like I just said, goofy. Goofy is where, well, it's the opposite of regular. Your right foot is your front foot, your left foot is your back foot. Now, again, there is a little tip I have here for some of you new skaters. When you get pushed back, whatever your balance foot is, like, so say it's a little shove and you step back on your left foot, that's going to be your foot for, I think, stability. So you use your left foot for for your board, right? For the front of the board. And then you use your right foot to push. Or that's how I figured out mine's anyway. And vice versa for Goofy. If your right foot goes back, then your right foot is your stability, your left foot is your push. You get what I mean? It could be the other way around with it. I can't remember, I will be honest. But that's kind of the basic. So get someone to maybe give you a little shove just to see how you would go backwards and like fall backwards, I guess, or stumble backwards. I think would be more relevant type of info. Anyway, so my next piece of terminology for you guys, considering we're still on the stances, is switch stance. Now, what a switch stance is basically the opposite of what you ride normally. So, take me for example. I skate regular, so my switch stance would be goofy, right? And if someone who is switching from goofy to regular, regular's their switch stance, goofy's their normal, right? That makes sense to you guys? Alright, leave it down in the comments below if it made sense, right? Again, I will be pulling up like different ways and different videos and stuff like that. That will show all of these each stances, because again, right now I can't skate because of weather and all that stuff. Otherwise, I would be doing this outside and talking to you guys about this. Now we're going to move on to something that I can either explain very well or very complicated in a way, I guess. So the next thing I want to talk to you guys about is fakie. Now, in the most basic of terms, fakie is just backwards. That's it. Backward, your normal stance, but backwards. So, like, say you're riding up a hill and you start rolling back the way, you are then going into fakie. Now, you can do tricks fakie, like fakie flips, fakie ollies, all that kind of stuff, right? Any trick that you can do going forward, you can do going back eventually. It does feel weird. I will be honest. Even I know it feels weird. Like, I've been there, done that. It's weird. Like, even doing fakie manuals is a bit, sketch for me just now. Again, I am still kind of a beginner. I just have a bit more knowledge about the skating stuff than some people do. So this is why I'm doing these videos. Anyway, fakie basically means going backwards, and that's where you can do things like half cab flips and all that stuff that are fakie specific tricks, because it's a fakie 180 kind of thing, I think. Again, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below. But while you're also there, we're going to segment into today's sponsor, which is me, because well, we don't actually have a sponsor. Anyway, you guys should totally subscribe and yeah, like and all that stuff, and I'll make more skate content like this if you do enjoy it. Next piece of terminology, I guess, is the most fundamental trick of all skating. Most of you guys who are interested in skating may know what it is, but for the non skaters, I am just still going to explain this for them. Now, that is the most fundamental trick, which is the ollie. Now, this is your basically starting point for kick flips, heel flips, pop shove-its, what else? Tray flips, you know, all those kind of tricks start with the ollie. The ollie is basically just a jump on the board. So basically, what your board would do, like if I'm using my hands and my feet here, kind of thing, is say this is my pop foot and this is my, you know, drag foot, right? So basically, you want to have a motion like that so that it levels out the board and stuff. And if I actually grab my broken board out of the thing, basically what you're wanting to eventually do, and I'll put this over the mic so you guys can actually see it, is basically you're going to pop up with the tail, come out like that, and then, you know, kind of land all four wheels, right? So that's basically what that is. Now, the nollie is just the opposite. So the actual other two extra things, I know that I've got a list of 7, but these are very two quick things that I can actually show off pretty easily without having to cut the videos and stuff. So if I bring the board back actually a second, so as you can see, like this isn't the best example because I had to cut this because of Razor Tail and all that stuff, which the explanation for Razor Tail will be in the next video, so go check that out when it comes out next month. Anyway, so this piece here that my hand is on, that is the tail. So the tail is where you do ollies and kick flips and all that stuff. Now, this is the nose. Now, what I want to explain about the nose is what a nollie is. Now, you might hear me say nollies in a lot of my other skateboarding like type of gaming videos and stuff like that. If you have watched any of them before, that is, which if you haven't, go watch some after this video, huh? Anyway, so basically what nollie is just a backwards ollie almost kind of thing. Not fakey, but basically you're using your front foot to pop and your back foot to drag. So like, again, if I do this way, basically if I popped here and dragged that way, that would be a nollie, right? So we're going to leave that board there just in case I need to explain anything else. So now that we've explained the very basics, so nose, tail, regular, goofy, all that kind of stuff. Anyway, we're going to do one extra thing that is actually something to do with how you do tricks. Now, a lot of you people, especially if you've been watching me for a while, when I see some sort of like good trick that I've done in a game or something, you will hear me call something steezy. Now, what steezy is basically it just means it's stylish, it's smooth, it's flowy, you know, like instead of landing like in a sketchy way, like where you're like half crooked and half not, and you're just landing perfectly and just rolling away like the most flowy way possible. That is what steezy is. But that is the last thing I need to talk to you guys about today. So I do hope you guys did enjoy that video. Leave a like, leave a comment, and watch some other videos of mine, like, please, because they are great videos. Anyway, I hope to see you guys on Friday when I am doing my, what is it? I think I'm doing session this week with no grind alignment and no auto catch. So basically the most realistic settings I can get possible, and that video will be out on Friday. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good time skating, and yeah, happy skating. See you guys later. Peace.